Happy New Year's, everybody. It is 2025. Wow, what a year. I had planned on getting back with you guys a little bit sooner, but things didn't work out the way I wanted it to. But I just wanted to get back into my routine of talking to you guys on a regular basis. I hope your New Year's brought you nothing but new blessings, new memories, better health, better understanding, better relationships, and all that. If you made a New Year's resolution, I hope that it works out for you also. I did not make a New Year's resolution. My 2024 did not end exactly the way I would have loved it to, but it's okay. It's okay because I am still blessed. I'm still here. I'm around. I made it to 2025, and I am also willing to do the work on whatever areas of my life that I need to work on. Whatever that may be: my health, relationships, financial, whatever it is that I need to work on. I'm here to do the work, and gonna make it happen. Gonna make it happen. I just want to make sure that everything surrounding me is positive. And I know my circle that I have around me right now is very positive. I just have to be able to do the work and make some changes that I need to work on. So I'm going to work on that. Like I said, I did not make a New Year's resolution because I usually do break those resolutions and I don't stick to them. So instead of doing all that, I just basically said I'm going to be working on myself and things that I can improve in the different areas of my life, my surrounding. So that's what I got, going on. Right before the New Year's ended, our 39th president, Jimmy Carter, passed away. And of course, anytime someone of that stature passes away, it's really a big thing. I mean, this man was blessed. He lived to be 100 years old. I mean, what I would do to live to be 100 years old. So this man lived a great life. I've never heard anything negative about him because when he was president, I was barely a teenager, and I definitely wasn't keeping up with world affairs and who's the president. I mean, I knew who the president was, but because you had to know this stuff being in school. But I was not that involved in what he had going on. But as they talked about him for the last couple of weeks leading up to his funeral. Some of the things that he did, just with the presidential part of it, because a lot of folks say that he was probably one of the worst presidents that we had. But when they started pointing out some of the things that he did, some of the bills and laws that he passed to put in place that's still in place today, then I was like, yeah, because I knew Jimmy Carter from his building homes for people in need, doing that, and from the time he left the president, that was his focus: community work and doing community work. I mean, this man went back to his country hometown, and that's where he was there to the day that he passed. I mean, he was married to Rosalind. They was married for like 77 years. So this man, in my views, was a good man. And he, there's always areas in any of our lives for that improvement to work on. There's always areas that people are not going to agree with, have their own opinions about it. But, from my view and from what I know about him, he did some great things, and he was a caring man. He cared about people. He really did care about people. For him to dedicate his life to building homes and going over to Africa and different countries to work on health care and doing those things for those other countries after he left the office, he didn't have to do those things. I mean, at that point, when you leave the office, you just sit back and chill. You don't have to do all that extra. But that's what he focused on. So I think that was probably his true calling. Being generous and doing what he could do to make other people's life as full as possible. I think that might have been more of his calling than being the president of the United States. I mean, I don't know how folks can say he was the worst president. we, I mean, since he's left office, what, like 81? Oh Lord, it's it's been some president that has come behind him that should be at the top of that list for being the worst president. But once again, they are they are holding that position again. They are holding that position again. So each his own. The vote speaks, and that's what it is. And people are gonna have opinion about people, regardless whether they're in the White House or not in the White House. So rest in peace to Mr. Jimmy Carter. This man lived the life that most of us, just age-wise, hoping we get to half of that. Half of that. So rest in peace to him. So that's wasn't a whole lot going on. I mean, they got these wildfires, these fires out there in California. Everything is, people are losing their homes like left and right. I don't know where it started. They were saying that it could have been a homeless person that started these fires, and they saying that it could have started from someone smoking. I don't know if they really know how these fires got started out there in California, but I know they're really focusing on, trying to figure out the reason why. They're really going in hard on the governor out there, and because when all these fires got started, she was off, I don't know, of a vacation, of a business trip, or doing something, but they're going in really hard on her. I don't think it's fair for them to be going that hard on her, because when something like that happened, it's not a whole lot you could do but just try to fight it and get it under control as best as possible. I mean, the firefighters and the people that responded was there, and they was trying to do the best that they can and trying to get this under control. But of course, anytime anything goes wrong, you're always going to look to the person that's supposed to be running, that's running or in these positions, and throw blame there on those people. So hopefully, and I pray that they, they work it out. They get it under control, because a lot of people, and a lot of stars was on there talking about they lost their home, this, that, and the third, and I hate that for any of them. But I was looking more at these people, everyday common people, I guess you could say, that has lost everything that they have, everything, and having to start over with nothing. Some of them saying financially they don't even know how they're going to be able to even start over, because they don't have the financial needs to start over, rebuild, whatever. They're in shelters and things like that. I mean, a lot of the entertainers that lives in those areas, they're going to have a step up, because they have the financial needs to rebuild or do whatever it is, relocate or whatever it is they choose to do. But my prayers go out to them, because it's a lot. It's a lot you have to deal with anytime you go through any type of tragedy, whether it's fires, tornadoes, hurricane, whatever it is. It's devastating to have to deal with that and try to figure out how are you going to come back from that. So, prayers to them. But with this climate control and all this they're talking about, there is a lot of stuff going on in this world. There's a lot of destructive stuff going on. There's a lot of devastation going on. And I just feel like at this point, you really just need to live your life as best as possible, and care about people. Maybe with all these different disaster stuff going on in the world, people would start being a little bit more kinder to each other, caring about each other. They seem like they have came together out in California, and they are caring, for each other, and trying to make sure, everyone that was in those surrounding areas are taken care of. But yeah, it's just a lot going on in this world, and you just really gotta sit back and just, reevaluate some things, and maybe that'll even bring you back to yourself. Some things you need to reevaluate about yourself, some things you need to work on for yourself, because none of us is perfect. We all have room for improvement in our life, so we have to be able to hold ourselves accountable as much as anyone else. Other people would definitely hold you accountable, but you got to be able to do that for yourself. And with all this stuff going on in the world, you just got to sometimes take a look in the mirror and see what can you do to make changes, to improve, You know, if you have a relationship that matters to you, then you need to put the work in with, into that relationship. If your health matters to you, then you need to put the work in to make your health better, or try to improve on it as much as possible. um, if your finances matter to you and you want to get in a better financial situation, then you need to do what you need to do. You need to put the work in. So it's so many areas that we all could work on. Now, and right now, I'm personally just talking for myself. If these things are important to me, then I know I got to make some changes and adapt and be open. That's the most important thing, to listen, and that's probably one of my problems or areas for improvement is to listen and be transparent. To listen, to be transparent, to really be open to other people's opinions or thoughts, even advice. You don't have to take anyone's advice, but you need to be open to it. Everyone has a voice, and when that other person uses their voice, you got to be okay with what comes out of their mouth. Because a lot of times we don't like to hear the truth from other perspective, or we don't like to hear what other people's perspective on something dealing with yourself. So you got to be open to that. You got to be open. You got to let people speak. They have feelings. You got to let them speak those feelings, and not be so quick to jump on the defense when they're talking to you about whatever their feelings, because there's always 2 to 3 perspective of anything that's going on. So that's where I'm at right now. Hopefully, I will continue my growth as I go, and I'm talking about mentally, because I mean, come on, I'm way grown, way past grown, but mentally there's always room for growth and getting to a better place. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm going to continue to work on that. And I just hope everybody have a great day. And I hope your year is continually to work in your favor and continue to strengthen you in any way that needs to be strengthened. Okay. All right. Well, Granna's about to get up out of here. I'm going to probably be trying to get into some different things. Maybe I'm going to start trying to come to you guys live. I've never done a live before on YouTube, but that's something I'm going to be working towards also. But y'all have a great day, and Granna's going to check y'all out next time around.